What is going on, guys? Welcome to a generous helping of Nintendo Direct action. So now the Direct is over, I've watched it back through and I'm going to show you 5 things you may have missed from that Nintendo Direct. So the first one we're hopping into is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker DLC. Now this was probably the third thing that got announced just after the announcement of Mario Maker 2. So I put this in here just because it was after Mario Maker 2, so many people would have just completely overlooked it. The first part was some free DLC, which allows you and a friend to split the Joy-Cons and play with 2 separate Toads to go through the levels. The second part was the paid DLC. This contained 5 new courses, new objectives in existing courses, and a ton of replayability. On top of this, we got a bundle for the game on the eShop, which includes the DLC and the base game. So this is an absolute bargain now, because the original one has 3 different chapters as such, because it's done in books, and in each one there's between 25 and 30 levels. So you add these 5 on, plus the new objectives in these initial ones, and there's a ton of content now in these Toad games. Okay, so now on to a game which was on other platforms and is now coming across to the Switch. It's called Hellblade. So this is quite an interesting because I do not know a lot about it. When I saw it in the Direct, I was like, ooh, I need to play this. So basically, you're this warrior, and you're like battling your way through different objectives. But it's made by people who had psychosis, which, if you don't know that is, that's like, you know when people get like voices in their head, telling them to like jump off a bridge, for example? That's kind of what it is. So it's given advice by people who had that. On top of it, it's made by people like neuroscientists, which, honest, and I mean, they said in this, it's had so many awards, and the art style, it looks like something that shouldn't be on the Switch, but if it plays amazingly on Switch, it'll be a great get for the Switch. So, I put this in just because it was towards the end of the Direct, so people's minds were thinking about what is there, just one more thing announcement, and weren't really paying attention to those kind of games. Okay, so onto a game announced about 2/3 of the way through Direct. It's Unraveled 2. So this game is published by EA, and was announced at last E3 and released that day. And I remember seeing this game at E3 thinking, this has to be on Switch, has to be on Switch, has to be on Switch, this has got to be on Switch. And it was just like PS4 and Xbox One. And it was like, what? And finally it's come over. So I've not picked up an Xbox One, because I was hoping and praying it comes to Switch. But the idea of it is you're 2, I think they're called Yarnies, and you have to traverse across different obstacles, but it involves 2 people playing. So you can play as one person, like it is still a really good single player by the sounds of it, but it's best 2 player. So on the Switch, you just split a Joy-Con, boom, you've got 2 players, Unravel 2. I think it's quite a short game, but nevertheless, still a quality experience coming across onto the Switch. Again, I just thought I'd put this in just because it looks like such a good game. Like the art style, I personally, that is one of my favourite art styles, and it just fits so perfectly on Switch. And I think it's one of those games which should most people get, and most people can get it and enjoy it no matter what kind of gamer you are. Okay, so a bit of a wild pick before we get into probably the most exciting one at the end is Grid Autosports. Now, I'm still unsure if I'm excited about this one or not, but I think I am leaning more on the exciting side, just depends on how expensive it is. But this was a older game, which is now being ported to the Switch with all the DLC included. So now this is like a realistic racer, that's what they kind of labelled it as. And this is something the Switch is really lacking, because I mean we've got Team Sonic Racing, is there Crash Racing coming I think, and obviously the incredibly successful Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But apart from, I don't know, I can't even think of a realistic racer. There must be something, but I can't think of anything. Oh, I swear there is. Oh, that's annoying me now. I don't know. There must be something, but I mean, I guess you can tell me that in the comments below. But yeah, this is a realistic racer coming to the Switch. There's nothing more really to say. Just thought I'd put it in because a lot of people would overlook it just because it's an older game coming forward, but the quality is still there. Okay, so onto my I don't know, I guess is my personal most exciting one, is Starlink free DLC. Now this is probably the biggest bargain you can pick up at the minute. So I got Starlink with, for the Switch obviously, for 20 quid. £20, I don't know what it's in America, because I don't live in America, but it's a massive game. It's a really quality game. To be honest, if they didn't have the whole Toys to Life thing, I reckon it'd be actually a really popular game, but because of that, it's just put people off. So, them adding this, I reckon, was planned to be a paid DLC, but due to the sales, obviously, because, I mean, over here, it's like 70 quid when it first released, so I was like, I didn't buy it at launch, I only got it quite recently, because the price went down by like 50 quid. So I reckon they were going to make it paid DLC, hoping it become popular, and then because it didn't become popular, and people were getting stuck, I mean, the local game near me has tons of this stuff, again, them thinking it was going to be popular, and it just wasn't. So I think them trying to release this was their last attempt to try and boost their sales this game. Anyway, so this DLC includes brand new missions and the addition of Star Fox characters, so all the baddies and the goodies as such as like Falco, I think you can see him, he's just on the screen there now, and their own abilities and skill trees. So one of the big parts about the actual base Starlink game is the more you play, you unlock their abilities, their skill trees of different characters. So I think that's their encouragement to make you buy different people. It also allows you to play through the base games with these new characters. So let's say you're like, oh, Fox really annoys me, I'm not playing this. You can then play it through with Falcon when this comes out in spring 2019. And on top of this, it includes Starship Racing, which completely destroys that rumour of there being a Star Fox racing game, because I reckon this is what it was going to be, but somebody missaw it or something. So, I mean, that was probably the funniest part of the direct. That's probably why you missed the actual DLC, because everyone was just talking about this Starship Racing, but I could not recommend this game enough, honestly. It is probably one of the most underrated games of 2018, because the actual gameplay is really good. It's just because of the whole pricing and the whole Toys to Life, which, to be honest, I just think everybody's a bit over with at the minute. Anyway, so if you enjoyed that video, please show us a bit of support. We're a brand new channel. We started 20 days ago, and this should be probably my 14th video uploading. So we're getting near on daily, and I'm trying to stick to that daily uploads. So if you can show us any support at all by even commenting, sharing with a friend, anything would be completely, absolutely, totally, 100% appreciated. Anyway, so from wherever you are in the world, either good morning, good day, or good night. See you later.